First item of action tonight is minutes covering the September 13th regular meeting as well as the September 22nd executive session. We will approve those minutes as loaded in board docs as of today, and we will take action on the 13th for the late edition that was not in the minutes. Motion for approval.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Felger, second by Ms. Hathaway. Any other questions or comments regarding the approval of those minutes? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Now we'll go to personnel. Dr. Emsel.
Recommend for your approval this evening, personnel related or item A in your respective packets.
Move approval. Second.
Motion by Ms. Slaughter, second by Ms. Hathaway. Any questions or comments on item A, permission to hire? All right. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion is carried.
And recommend for your approval this evening, the personnel related items B through G in your respective packets.
Move approval.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Hathaway, second by Mr. Felker. Any question on items B through G in the packet? I was pretty sure when I went through the extracurriculars, I didn't see any cross-gender between coach and event. But
If there are, we would make sure we
would
have that.
the appropriate protections for both the students and the coaches. Any other questions or comments?
I'm wondering why my wife's not on leave of absence.
Because I didn't get it until this afternoon.
Okay.
Okay.
Easy enough.
Like, she's getting her hip done, so she's not on here.
She'll be on next month.
All right. Back to B through G. Any other questions or comments? Okay. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion is carried.
Also seek permission to accept a donation in the amount of $1,000 for OQ to use for professional development and classroom equipment, and a donation in the amount of $1,000 from Kelly Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram at Carroll Middle School to be used for the cheer shirts and uniform items. And there are two individuals identified in your packet for the OQ donation, but I'm not going to mess up their names, but we will make sure that they get an appropriate thank you.
Move approval. Second.
Motion by Ms. Hathaway, second by Ms. Slaughter. Any questions or comments regarding the two donations?
Just want to thank the donors for their generosity, especially the couple that are donating to the OQ community, children there, and also to Kelly Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram.
Bill, question. I know that pretty much all of athletics run on self-funding. There's not a way this would go that way as opposed to this way. I know that there's some support groups or some, what do I want to call them? Boosters.
Yeah. When we saw this just blanket lump sum, we thought we ought to protect everybody and bring it to the board for full action. Yeah.
Normally this, because this was kind of sports related, so that was the only reason I asked that question.
Usually it's a sales mads in the program and a stream like that. We just thought the lump sum we ought to bring to you.
That sounds fun. All right. Any other questions or comments? Okay. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion's carried.
Also recommend for your approval this evening, the field trip request in item I in your respective packets.
Move for approval.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Felger, second by Ms. Hathaway. Any questions or comments regarding the field trip request? I noticed the one that's going out of state, because it's going to the airport. Does that mean that the activity bus will be parked at the airport?
We would have to follow up with that, but in terms of where they're
From an insurance perspective, I know we had the trouble once before where we had a bus
We'll follow
sitting
up on
in
the
someplace for a week or so. We need to make sure that being parked at the parking lot in Indianapolis, we're still covered from our insurance cover. Okay, any other questions or comments? All right, hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion is carried.
Also recommend for your approval this evening, the professional learning activities, item J in your respective packets.
Move approval.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Slaughter, second by Mr. Felger. Any questions or comments regarding any professional learning and training activities? I will correct one in there. It says talk like a pirate. I believe it's teach like a pirate. So I looked up what it was. So you may want to correct that.
Talk like
It was actually in the request as talk like a pirate, but when I went to the website, it's called teach like a pirate. Mr. Burgess or something like that, I believe, was teaching it. I didn't have any other points than that. Anybody else have any comments? Right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried.
That concludes personnel and communications.
All right, Mr. Mallers. Have at it.
Thank you, Mr. Summers. I do have a few resolutions to present in the business report. In response, most of these are directly related to the budget for 2022. First item I have is the resolution to adopt the 2022 capital project plan. The plan is included and posted, and I do recommend the resolution as presented.
Do you have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Second.
Motion Mr. Felger, second by Ms. Hathaway. Any questions or comments regarding the capital projects plan? As always, Bill did a great job communicating everything and summarizing it, so appreciate it.
Thank you.
And that goes for all pieces, so I'm not gonna say for everyone. All right, no other comments. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried.
Next item is the resolution to adopt the year 2022 bus replacement plan. Again, the resolution is simply to adopt it. The plan is posted, and we did hear the specifics on it last meeting. I do recommend the resolution as presented.
Move for approval.
Second?
Motion by Ms. Hathaway, second by Ms. Slaughter. Any questions or comments for the plan approval? Not the purchase, but the plan. Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried.
Next item is the resolution for appropriations and tax rates, and this is the 2022 budget adoption. And this is actually on the official state form, budget form 4. Just as a reminder, the total budget for 2022 for our 4 funds is $89,277,804. And I do recommend the resolution as presented.
Motion for approval.
So.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Hathaway, second by Mr. Felger. Any other questions or comments regarding on the resolution for appropriations and tax rates for the 2022 budget adoption? All right, hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion's carried.
Next item is the 2022 budget reduction resolution. This authorizes me as the business manager to reduce July 1 to December 31st, 2021 appropriations if needed during the budget review by the Department of Local Government Finance. This has not been used the last several years. I don't anticipate having to use it again, but it is available if we have to make a decision so that we don't have to cut our 2020 budget. Recommend the resolution as presented.
Move for approval?
Second.
Motion by Ms. Slaughter, second by Ms. Hathaway. Any questions or comments? And Bill, if I remember right, I mean, if you do it, and then bring it back to the board just to communicate. It'll be part of our weekly updates.
Correct.
We have to do that just so we know what our end game is.
Correct. And this was much more needed when it was the tax rate was the limit.
Right.
Now it's all levy limit, and it's just not as needed anymore.
Right.
But just to cover us.
Yep. All right, any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried.
Do have a resolution for goals for expenditure categories. This has been part of our budget adoption since 2009, when we had to start establishing, or at least our intent for moving our expenditures towards instruction. So I do recommend the resolution as presented.
Want to get a motion?
Move for approval? Second?
Motion by Ms. Hathaway, second by Ms. Slaughter. Any questions or comments? These are, if I remember right, just communicative, really. They're sort of goals, but
That's
they're
correct.
not hard and fast, and they're statute driven, but not absolute. So it's kind of a soft statute in the sense you don't have to do something on it.
That's correct.
Okay. All All right, any other questions? Okay. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion is carried.
You have corporation payments to present totaling $48,327.98, and I recommend approval.
Move for approval. Second.
Motion by Mr. Felger, second by Mr. Barkus. Any questions or comments regarding the corporation payments?
I can ask about the plug system, expense. I didn't know what that was for sure.
Strictly the entire clock system at Aspen Meadow has been installed, and now it's just the invoice for that system.
Right,
Thank you.
we bought it, now we gotta pay for it.
That's correct.
All right, any other questions or comments regarding the corporation purchases? Payments, I'm sorry, not purchases, payments. Can't correct on that. Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion's carried.
That concludes the business report.
Thank you, Mr. Mallers. Now we'll go to claims and payroll subject to audit. Do I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Felger, second by Mr. Barkus. Any questions or comments or items from the claims and payroll? All right, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion is carried. Closes to closing items, board comments. Any board members have specific comments? All right, superintendent comments? All right, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
Move for adjournment.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Barkus, second by Mr. Felger. All those in favor of adjourning say aye. Meeting is adjourned. Board members, please log off board docs and remain for signing of all documents. Thank you. Oh, the big button says stop. I was looking down here.
No, I